Hello everyone, it's Peter here, Pet Listener. How are you doing, guys? Hello. So, in today's episode, I would like to tell you that we've got a new apprentice. He started a bit ago. He lives close by, and apart from the one guy who lives here close by as well, who already have the microscope, and this guy is fixing as well a bit, but he just been here been here 3 times I think now on the practice, like apprenticeship, non-paid one. You just come to learn and do some work on his own so that he can get familiar with certain tools like microscope and like just different equipment he don't have at home, he don't have T12, yes, and other stuff. So yeah, I can say that I think we've got 2 people now which I can trust, so I can take those all the works which I've got here. I can go through them because those 2 people could help me get out of the most of the rubbish, you can say. So over there it's only my TVs and so on. So if we will, let's say, split the time, and one of them can take some of the stuff, second can come here and do some of the stuff. I do believe that in the next 2 months, maybe not 1 month, but in the next 2 months, I can go out of the worst, and then I can be, like having more spare time to do other things than just doing the most repairs, and move on. And never catch up, yes, because I can't catch up. Then I can tidy up. I already removed those TVs here. You remember the 2 big TVs have been here, and now it's no more. So I removed 2 TVs. I gave them back to the customer because that was one customer for them, and now it's a new TV to repair. Sony with 4 blinks. I don't know this fault, so it's a new thing for me. But at least I've got a space where I can put it, yes. So yeah, I think 2 months roughly, and I will be out of the worst. And if these guys won't give up, if they won't quit, then we will have something stable going on, and then I can think of expanding and looking for another person somewhere out of Livingston this time. I will be looking for area from Edinburgh to Glasgow over there, so that I can look then for more customers in those areas. That's it, yes. So we can spread across from Edinburgh to Glasgow, and we can offer 5-star rated services. We can share all the knowledge and then test this knowledge, and our customers test this knowledge of those people. So whoever would like to be either a customer or the repair shop working with us, even learning from scratch, it's good to get in touch. We've got as many recordings showing how to do things, and whenever I've got a chance of finding something new which is not on this YouTube yet, so I'm adding it up. Yes, and as well we will be adding more videos about the repairs. Even some of them which I've recorded, I will be re-recording them in the new way. So that's what's happening on this YouTube channel as well next. So yeah, so from the updates, about the apprenticeship here, and about future of this channel. Will be more repairs videos, will be more videos about the tools I'm using, about the orders I'm making at AliExpress. Like there are tools which I'm not showing here because it's not worth, like this. I had only like 1 or 2 sizes before. Now I bought universal one. I know it's not vivid, so, but you get the point. I didn't have it, I've seen it like pointless, but now because I'm working a lot with cables, quite often I need to get this cable out, and it was a bit annoying to use knife, so I finally bought it. I wouldn't recommend it for everybody to cut out the insulation, but if you're using more, if you're doing like me, work with inverters, work with batteries, work with all that stuff, then I think it's just more comfortable to use such tool. And it wasn't dear, it was like 3-4 quid or something on AliExpress. So yeah, but like this tool, I don't think needs an explanation on the video. Yes, now that's by occasion that I've done something. Now those Bluetooth modules, guys, I literally I can't believe they are so great. Those, I don't know where is the second one, but I was showing these Bluetooth modules with audio amplifier built in, and I'm tempted, I won't buy it now, but I'm tempted to buy the one with a subwoofer, and then we could test it. We've got that behind this whiteboard. We've got a stage speaker which goes down up to 20 Hertz or something, so it can be used as a subwoofer. Definitely it can be used as a subwoofer, so we would be able to run some tests, yes, on that module. So I think I'm going to buy it later, but already I fell in love with this Bluetooth module. Only I'm using software called FX Sound for Windows. You can find this software. It's digital equalizer, software digital equalizer. So what it does, it just adjusts your bass in general sound, and you can make more vivid higher, lower tones or mid section, yes. So if you like music, it's for sure worth looking into it. And I can say, it's something I don't know why I haven't looked for earlier. Yes, so if you get better speakers, like bookshelf speakers here, or these ones are on a stand and they have those pins, but I removed those. It's not for me. Yeah, so it's worth, if you like, I mean, audio, yes, because if you are not into the audio, you will just waste your time. I will be looking into some old audio equipment, definitely, because I've got it, and I will be putting it back to pieces. That's mean it's faulty and I want to fix it. And because I've met so many of those modules, I think I will use some of them, which will be cheaper to repair, to place those modules, and we will have some videos about adding Bluetooth to the devices or replacing whole power supply, because there are devices which I have here, which there are chips with ICs which don't have names on them. So I think it would be good to redesign the power supply and just to create our own power supply for that by using ready modules pretty much. If no, we can improvise a bit, yes. Or I can buy some transformers, yes, for those small ones, here got an input and output on both sides. So I would say building switching power supply, I haven't done it myself from scratch. I did build regular toroidal. So we will have inverters built in, because I just finished that electronoops. We will have a half bridge as well and full bridge inverters built here, then DC to DC back converter from 24 to 12 volts built in here, and maybe we will have as well power supply for a customer who have a coffee bike and he's using a LIFE PO4 12 volt 60 amp hours batteries there, and his charger I'm fixing at the moment, but only 2 capacitors failed. I mean, 1 capacitor failed and the fuse, so I didn't record it because I'm just waiting on the capacitor. Maybe I will record that video. But anyways, it's 12 volts and 15 amps, but from the specification the guy sent me, we can easily make up to 16 volts maximum and up to 30 amps maximum as well. It's an optimal charge, but with a cooling you can get up to 60 amps even. I don't want to go that way, but I would build something definitely like about 12-13 volts and 30 amps. Yes, that's what I would build, so his charging time would go drastically down. And plus, if that would be toroidal, which is about 60 pounds plus shipping, transformer, then I would say that this charger can last for like many decades, even if you will look after it. Yes, and of course electrolytic capacitors will dry out, but not as quickly as below 1 year in this switching power supply, so in those power supplies. Yes, because that one will be 50 hertz, so will be low frequency, so will be more robust, so can last for a really long time. And that's why I said to the guy, look, I can fix you that charger, but it's not up to the specification what your batteries are. That's first foremost, and second foremost is that it's charging slower than your optimal charge is required. Yes, so you're spending over 2 times longer period rather than having it twice quicker charge, and that's optimal. That's not the maximum. Yes, because I don't want to build something for a maximum and then something might fail or do, you know, and it's much more in the design of that as well. Involvement, so I never build, you know, super advanced chargers, so I don't want to build intelligent charger and just create more cause of a failure potentially. Yes, I'd rather build something basic and because of that more robust. And then maybe, just maybe, I could add Arduino to it, so it could show us the charge level, and I could send through Telegram or something a notification to the phone for API, so that he will get a notification battery is charged, has been charged. Yes, and then maybe, just maybe, I could create a website where he could log in and check the history of charges, how many charges he's made, you know, how many kilowatts or watts he's used for the period, because that's a nice addition. And I think, you know, that's like a modern stuff nowadays. Yes, so I think I will build that one for him, and that's it. That's all I wanted to tell you. Yeah, one Nintendo Switch came, which I can't fix. It's a fun issue, but it's looking like the chip is faulty, and I couldn't find. I find at Bart written which chip it is. I've checked, this chip exists for real, so that chip is responsible for, so AI, yes, told me, and I've double checked that. So there is a chip responsible, ICS, for the fans PWM signal, and I don't have that chip. And I said to the customer, look, either I will remove from my one known good chips, that's mean faulty Nintendo Switch in other way, but this chip is a known good, or we just call it a no fix. And customers said we will call it no fix, so we won't have that video. I thought I'll record it and we could check that theory if I'm right or if I'm wrong. What else is interesting, like really interesting here? Yeah, and everything else is like a regular, you know. Once we will go out of those things, I will go back to the projects which I have originally started, and I couldn't finish them because I didn't have time, because suddenly I had more work. Yes, so I'm thinking that in the next 2 months, it has to go for 2 months, because this guy here need to have more practice, then we will start to have back those projects which I've started and neglected. I got even power supply for Xbox One S, I think Xbox One S, from Philip Bryden. He's got a YouTube channel as well, and he was fixing one and he decided to neglect it, and I wanted to go and see what's wrong, compared with a good one, you know, replace the components and make it working back, and I never did it. Yes, so I'm wondering what failed over there. It wasn't these PS and And Xbox power supplies, these are not super complex. Yes, these are ATX power supplies, so we should be able to figure out what was wrong with that power supply and fix it. But because I suddenly had more clients, because our local computer repair shop has been closed, so I couldn't do it. Yes, I couldn't do it, and I got some sort of regrets that I didn't have more time. But apprentices who came, they've quit it, so what could I do? You know, I could only work with through the worst, and now I found two people who are willing to spend some time and help me. So they need to learn micro soldering. I can give them some work, and then when I will give them some work, I can focus on tidying up here everything, and then starting to go through the jobs which are here for a really long time. So that's it, guys. That's everything what I wanted to show you. That's why it can be less videos, because if I will be too occupied with other stuff, then of course I will have less time on doing some valuable content on YouTube. But definitely I will go into the next stage with inverters. So that's mean I will do the half bridge and full bridge inverters. That's definitely because I want them to have here. That's definitely one inverter of a less power can be used for the lighting in the whole house, and second bigger one can be used here in the workshop where I need sometimes even 1 kilowatt of energy. So definitely those two inverters I need to build. Plus there are other people who are asking me for inverters as well, and they would like to have them ready now. So if I will have more time, I will build them. We will put CE mark on them because now I know how to do it. So well, I've got good idea how to do it. I haven't done it yet, and so that one will be done as well. And then we can do even sales of those inverters. So we can sell parts, we can sell ready built PCBs and just DIY the rest yourself, or ready-made product. Yes, plus make it open source, so if somebody want to take it and build on their own, I see why not. And in this case, you know, it's fair and square for everybody. If somebody can build and don't mind doing everything on their own, we will have even single PCBs, and they can take even single PCB for that. Or I will even make available Gerber files and BOM bill of materials, so all the components, list of all components, and then they can just build on their own. I don't really mind. Sharing is caring. That's pretty much, yes. So thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.